Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Kimberly Williams Paisley has always been known for her warmth, grace, and the emotional honesty she brings to every role she plays. From her unforgettable debut as Annie Banks in Father of the Bride to her countless heartwarming performances on Hallmark, she's become a beloved figure to audiences around the world. But recently, Kimberly shared something deeply personal and profoundly touching, a tribute to the woman who helped shape both her career and her heart, her Father of the Bride mom, Diane Keaton. When Kimberly took to social media to honor Diane, it wasn't just another Hollywood shout-out. It was something raw, heartfelt, and filled with admiration for the woman who once played her on-screen mother, but became so much more behind the scenes. Kimberly's words reflected a bond that went far beyond the cameras, a connection built on mentorship, kindness, and shared artistic passion. Diane Keaton, who brought to life the loving, quirky, and endlessly patient Nina Banks, wasn't just a co-star to Kimberly. She became a guiding light and an inspiration that still echoes in Kimberly's own career today. In her tribute, Kimberly reflected on how working with Diane during Father of the Bride changed her life forever. She was young, barely starting out, and yet Diane treated her as an equal. She didn't just teach Kimberly about acting. She taught her about being, about how to move through Hollywood without losing yourself, how to stand in your truth even when the spotlight gets bright, and how to embrace imperfection as the most beautiful form of authenticity. For Kimberly, Diane Keaton wasn't just a mentor. She was a mirror of everything she hoped to become, strong, independent, and unapologetically herself. Diane's signature style, her offbeat humor, and her deep emotional intelligence all left a lasting impression. Kimberly shared that during filming, Diane went out of her way to make her feel supported. When nerves ran high or scenes felt overwhelming, Diane would quietly reassure her with a look, a laugh, or a perfectly timed word of encouragement. Those moments became some of Kimberly's most treasured memories from the set. But it wasn't only about what happened during filming. Over the years, Kimberly and Diane kept in touch. Whenever their paths crossed, there was always warmth and genuine affection. Kimberly has said before that Diane made her feel like family, and when you think about it, that's exactly what the Father of the Bride films were all about: family, love, and finding joy even in life's chaos. Kimberly's tribute to Diane wasn't just nostalgic, it was deeply emotional. She wrote about how Diane's portrayal of Nina Banks continues to remind her of what real motherhood and womanhood look like: compassionate, imperfect, and full of laughter. Diane's character showed a generation of viewers that mothers don't have to be flawless to be deeply loved. They just have to be real. That lesson carried over into Kimberly's own life, especially as she became a mother herself. Married to country superstar Brad Paisley, Kimberly has often spoken about the balance between motherhood, career, and personal fulfillment. She's credited Diane with showing her how to navigate those worlds with grace. "She was this incredible mix of strength and softness," Kimberly once said. "Watching her taught me that you can be vulnerable and powerful at the same time." The way Kimberly expressed her gratitude toward Diane Keaton reminded fans that the connections we make in our lives, even the ones that begin on movie sets, can leave permanent imprints on our souls. Her tribute felt like a thank you letter, not just to an actress she admired, but to a friend who showed her how to embrace authenticity in every season of life. And for those who remember the magic of Father of the Bride, it's easy to understand why Kimberly feels so deeply connected to Diane. The movie itself was a beautiful reflection of love, change, and the bittersweet moments that come when parents let their children grow up. Annie Banks, played by Kimberly, was a young woman preparing for marriage, while Diane's Nina was the tender, emotional mother learning how to let go while holding on in all the right ways. Their chemistry was natural, effortless, as if they really were family. Behind the scenes, that energy was real. Diane didn't just play a mother, she was one to Kimberly in spirit. She cared about how Kimberly felt on set, how she handled fame afterward, and how she found her own path in the industry. Diane became an example of how to age gracefully in Hollywood, how to protect your integrity, and how to keep joy alive in your work no matter how many years go by. In the years since, Kimberly has gone on to star in numerous Hallmark movies that celebrate the same warmth and love that made Father of the Bride so special. And fans have often pointed out that Kimberly's characters, the compassionate, heartfelt women she so often portrays, seem to carry a little bit of Diane Keaton's spirit with them. That's no coincidence. Kimberly has said that she learned from Diane to always lead with emotion, to trust her instincts, and to never be afraid of showing vulnerability on screen. Kimberly's tribute also reflected something else: gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunity to work with legends like Diane Keaton and Steve Martin. Gratitude for the way those experiences shaped her as both an actress and a human being. She shared how every scene with Diane felt like a masterclass, not just in acting but in storytelling. She was fearless, Kimberly noted. She could make you laugh one second and cry the next. Watching her was like watching magic unfold. As Kimberly continues her journey with Hallmark, it's clear that Diane's influence still lives in her work. The Hallmark brand, with its emphasis on love, family, and kindness, mirrors the same emotional values that Father of the Bride championed decades ago. It's as if Kimberly is carrying the torch that Diane once held, continuing to tell stories that remind audiences of what truly matters. In interviews, Kimberly often reflects on how her experiences in Father of the Bride taught her the value of emotional connection, not just with her co-stars, but with her audience. That's something Diane Keaton mastered long ago. She could connect with viewers not because she was perfect, but because she was real. And that's exactly what Kimberly now does in every Hallmark role she takes on. Her tribute ended with a message that resonated deeply with fans. Diane, you've inspired me more than you know. You showed me how to be brave in front of the camera and even braver behind it. Thank you for showing me that being yourself Kimberly stands for gratitude, humility, and the belief that our heroes don't just change our careers, they change our hearts. Diane Keaton remains one of Hollywood's most celebrated actresses, but to Kimberly, she'll always be the woman who showed her what true artistry and authenticity look like. This tribute also reminded fans why Father of the Bride remains such a timeless film. It's not just about weddings or family chaos. It's about love, the kind that grows between people who understand and uplift one another. For Kimberly, that love continues to live on in the bond she shares with Diane. The beauty of Kimberly's words is that they remind us all to take a moment to honor the people who shaped us. Whether they're parents, mentors, friends, or co-stars, their influence ripples through everything we do. Just as Diane Keaton's warmth and wisdom shaped Kimberly's path, we all have someone whose light continues to guide us long after the credits roll. In every Hallmark movie Kimberly makes, in every heartfelt performance she delivers, you can feel traces of that influence. The lessons Diane taught her through action, humor, and heart. Kimberly continues to honor that legacy by bringing hope, love, and authenticity to millions of viewers who turn to her stories for comfort. And so, this touching tribute is more than nostalgia. It's a celebration of connection. It's a reminder that the bonds we form in art often become the most profound relationships in life. Kimberly Williams Paisley's words about Diane Keaton remind us that gratitude, love, and admiration never fade. They only deepen with time. As Kimberly continues her journey in Hollywood, she carries Diane's lessons with her, not just as memories, but as guiding principles. To lead with kindness. To embrace laughter. To stay humble no matter how much success comes your way. And most of all, to always stay true to yourself. In honoring Diane Keaton, Kimberly didn't just celebrate an icon. She celebrated a friend, a mentor, and a mother figure who helped her discover who she truly was. Their connection remains a beautiful example of how artistry and humanity can intertwine to create something lasting. Decades after Father of the Bride first captured hearts, the love between Annie and Nina Banks continues to resonate through Kimberly's words and work. And for fans who grew up watching those films, this tribute feels like coming home, a full-circle moment that reminds us all why we fell in love with that family in the first place. Kimberly Williams Paisley's tribute to Diane Keaton is more than just a post. It's a thank you, a love letter, and a reflection of everything that's right about the connections that form when art imitates life. And in the end, that's what makes both women so inspiring. Their ability to remind us that the greatest roles we'll ever play are the ones that come straight from the heart. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.